your line of credit is good to go. You can use it starting at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
I'm chasing the flames.
And listen, I gotta go. I'm on call with this guy 24/7. Bye.
Hello, George. It's Jaime. Listen, George, I got some big shot sponsors and some big shot clients coming in. I want a celebration, George. It's celebrating the show. It's celebrating you. It's celebrating our sponsors. You gotta make this great. It better be delicious. I want the works, George. You got that? You gotta give it everything you got. I want steak, George. Chicken, pork, and I want everything on a stick. You know, steak on a stick, chicken on a stick, pork on a stick. And you make those calabacitas. You gotta put them on a stick, George, so people can eat them like finger food. But make sure the stick is not too sharp, George. I don't want anybody getting poked. It would be a disaster. You gotta have custom cocktails with that great chef and bartender that you like, Dakota. He makes them great. Just give everybody the drinks they want, but not too many drinks, George. Make sure nobody drinks too much. It could be a disaster. You got that, George? Steak, chicken, pork on a stick.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Chasing the Flames. This is episode 7. Let me tell you what it's all about. I've gotten hundreds of emails from a lot of people that are watching the show, and they've asked, what's your style of cooking? Well, guess what? I could say outdoors, and that'd be sort of a cop-out, because that's a place, that's not a style. My style is really more along the lines of celebration cooking. Well, what is celebration cooking, you ask? Well, first off, think back at all our episodes from season 1 and even up to now, 1 through 6. Those proteins that we smoked, that we baked, that we grilled, that we put in the beast, I mean, they were very expensive. They were wet aged. Some of them came from Australia, like those legs of lamb. The prime rib was from a supplier in Texas that wet aged it for me for 21 days. That was an expensive protein, about $200. It was about $600 for those 2 Australian legs of lamb that we put on our Argentinian asado grill. And when you start adding that up, you can't eat that way anymore. It's already expensive enough in the grocery store. But listen, when you have a celebration and you cook a special protein like that, it really makes a big impression on everybody. They're saying, hey, wow, you know, they went out of their way. They really cooked it well, a lot of flavor. I can tell the love is in it. But man, more than that, it was really good. That's celebration cooking. People appreciate what you do for them. You can't do it every day, but when you do something for a friend, for a family member, a big party, a birthday, an anniversary, a bar mitzvah, it doesn't matter. It shows up in that celebration cooking style in those wonderful proteins that have been wet aged, which is all we're doing now is cooking with wet aged products. Now today I'm going to demonstrate celebration cooking. Chasing the Flames, our Chasing the Flames family is hosting the first annual Stroll Magazine North Albuquerque Acres Cocktail Social. And we are going to cook all kinds of wonderful stuff. We're going to have wet-aged fillets, wet-aged ribeyes, wet-aged chicken, wet-aged pork. Now, what do you say we put them on the grill and cut them up and make them bite-size? Well, then they're going to be called tapas. And those tapas are going to be on a skewer. Those skewers are going to be served to all of our guests on behalf of Stroll Magazine. Now, let me tell you something else. We're going to do something for the first time, calabacitas on a stick. Let me say that no one's ever done this. We're trying it out. I tried it out the other day. It was delicious and it's fun to look at. So we're going to provide that as well as Abel. Guess what he's going to do? He's going to do red velvet cake cupcakes, and they're real tiny little guys. I already tested them. He brought some over for Christmas for me, and I ate every single one in an afternoon. And as you can tell, I had to buy a bigger shirt, and I had to get new pants. $3 on Alley for these. You're going to say, they look like pajamas. No, this is real chef wear. I'll be wearing this at the party tonight. And if anybody laughs at me, I'll tell you, I'm going to take it personally. But let me get back to this. Whiskey sours, mango margaritas to go with all those wonderful wet-aged grilled tapas that we're going to serve. And moreover, we're going to tell everybody about Chasing the Flames and find out how many of these guests are watching the show. How many of them know what Chasing the Flames is? Well, we thank all of you guys for watching, and all you followers out there. Man, that's just wonderful to see that you're following the show. Season 2's been a blast to shoot. We really have enjoyed it so far. So thanks again. I really appreciate it. But Stroll Magazine event tonight is going to show you what celebration cooking is all about. Want to say thank you to Morley and Sasha Fletcher. They provided this wonderful, cute little Sportage over here. And of course, you all know that's my new Kia van. And I want to thank both of you guys for sponsoring Chasing the Flames. You've been great. You just haven't come to any of the dinners, and you should, because the food's really good. People do like it, if I say so myself. But Kia of Santa Fe, thank you so much. Welcome back to Chasing the Flames. Guess what? I got my buddy Audra here, and we are going to construct, she's going to construct 3 marinades for our extravaganza tonight, our Stroll Magazine Cocktail Social. So the 3 marinades are going to be 1 for the chicken, 1 for the beef, and 1 for this wonderful pork loin that we've got. And we actually did some fun stuff this week. I actually made a production plan for Audra. She had a lot of good suggestions about how to make it even better, so that, because she's a spreadsheet person, and everything's up here, so I don't do well with spreadsheets, but it's going to improve things even more in episode 8. We're going to get better. So take it away. Let's do some. Which one are you going to do first?
We're going to do the one for the pork.
All right.
Right? That's with the deli mustard.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start with some honey, some good honey. And if you can get local honey, that's even more exciting, right?
I got some local honey down in the valley about 6 months ago, and it wasn't clear, okay, which I'm okay with. But it was.
This has nice color to it.
Yeah, really
it's
a nice color.
Dark. It's going to have good flavor. So think about what's going in there.
I'm allergic to bees.
Are you?
But
not honey.
I want to have a bee farm with the stingless bees.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
There is such a thing.
We've got some deli mustard here.
Ooh, yeah.
See those nice seeds
I could
in there?
Get a spoon and just eat that. I love mustard.
Yeah, mustard pretty good. Tibetan chiming bowl here.
They all, I think this is an A flat.
I love it.
There's a C over there.
Right. Okay. All right. And we'll throw, got a little excited there. All right. So we've got a little extra virgin olive oil here. Doesn't have to be exact.
Is that Italian?
This is Italian.
Oh.
Yeah.
This stuff right? was first press.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Nice. Do you remember what region?
Northern.
Nice.
Where, like near Tuscany, where they do the press in the field.
I like that.
Yeah, it's really kind of cool. I watched a
I
video.
would love to see that in person.
And it's tastes different too.
Yes. So juice from 1 whole lemon here. And I'm going to juice it into a side container so I can catch the seeds.
Good plan.
Oh, you know what? Well, I sort of caught the seeds. But I'll get them on the way in.
I got a special tool.
Oh, great.
Let me grab this.
My little tong trick. Tongs for the memories, you know.
Ta-da.
Oh, nice.
Like
I like that. When I pour it in the bowl, I'll use that.
This saved more time in the kitchen instead of digging out seeds out of your guacamole.
I love that.
Ooh, guacamole. I think I'm
Do you like
hungry.
lemon or lime in your guacamole?
I like lemon. I like the saltier,
Okay.
not as much tang.
Okay.
My sister likes lime.
Okay.
She puts lime in her drinks. She puts lime in her guacamole.
Yeah.
She marinades with lime.
Beautiful. Thanks for that, George.
Isn't that a cool tool?
I love that. All the seeds right there.
There we go. I'll take that for you.
Thank you. Salt to taste. It's kosher salt. And some black pepper. Fresh ground is best. You get all of the oils from the pepper, and you just have so much more flavor this way.
The bottom off both of them.
I took the bottoms off this time. I did.
See, these wonderful little shakers have a bottom to stop all the stuff from popping out, okay? So when Audra came on the first show, she was seasoning and wondering why it wasn't tasting right. Well, we all knew why, but we didn't tell her until after the shoot was over.
Oh, wow.
So, but we love these things.
Could it have been something like that?
It
all
could have
in
been.
the bottom?
It would have definitely been like that.
All right, I'm just going to whisk this together. So, oh, that looks delicious.
Ooh,
All right.
good job.
Yes. So let me know how that is on salt and pepper.
Now that's wow good.
Ooh, wow, good.
Ooh. Yeah, perfect. Perfect the way it is.
Chasing the flames, chasing the flames.
Hi folks, Marley Fletcher here, owner of Santa Fe Kia. As our construction continues, so do the huge savings at Santa Fe Kia. That means low down payments, low monthly payments. Combine those two gives you huge savings. Go to our website at santafekia.com, check out our whole amazing inventory, and let us know what's going to work for you. Santa Fe Kia, where we treat you different. Oh, and one more thing. All you have to do is mention Chasing the Flames when you contact us or come to the dealership. You're going to receive an additional $500 discount over and above our already low prices.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Let's get back to Chasing the Flames. This is marinade number 2. And so this one, we're going to use honey, and we're going to use something that in Thailand, they really use it like ketchup. And it's sweet and it's a little peppery. It's not hot, but it really adds another dimension to sweetness when you add that. And then we might, because I know you love paprika. So I put both smoked and I put Spanish out. So I didn't know if you may want to, amp it up a bit with a little pap.
Wow, good.
Wow,
wow,
good.
Wait a minute. Wow, good it.
Wow, good it. I like that. I mean, yeah, we should copyright that.
Okay, so got some honey here. I'm gonna do a little extra virgin Italian olive oil with the lid off.
See, I got lids everywhere.
Yeah,
Caps, lids.
you really get me on the lids sometimes.
This stuff smells just outrageous.
Oh gosh, I love it. Little extra.
It's really good.
That is really nice.
And that's probably a month old too.
Oh, wow.
It's been in there.
Okay.
So it's
All right, we're gonna do some chipotle powder as well.
be liberal.
Oh, I
Don't
am.
be afraid.
Who's afraid?
It's chipotle. It's not real chili, right?
No, kidding. I'm kidding. Not the whole thing, of course. But chipotle's got a nice, just smoky, roasted flavor, and it will amp up any dish you put it in. Where you want a little kick,
But you don't want people to go,
oh, so hot,
get me
hot.
some milk.
Yeah. So chipotle is jalapeno peppers.
It's just
that
jalapeno peppers.
yeah.
That's all.
It's really kind of cool. All right, and we have a little twist here.
Let's
I
throw
love
it
what
in
you're
there.
doing here with the Thai
Chili
style
sauce.
chili sauce. So we'll do a
Just
little bit.
Go ahead. Go,
ahead,
go,
yeah,
go,
yeah,
go,
more.
go. Yeah, don't be
Oh,
afraid. Don't be
wow.
afraid.
I
Don't be
am
afraid.
afraid.
No, just go like that.
Oh,
There you go.
okay. Good deal. All right, little salt. And a little pepper. Not too much pepper, though. I have a feeling we've got a lot of kick going on.
Not really. Not really.
Okay.
If we were using that Sweet Baby Ray's stuff, you know, because this is honey hot.
Yeah.
Which we could add it here, and all it's going to do, it's just going to give us another dimension of heat. Okay,
Right.
Sweet's going to be the same because they use honey over there, and so you could elevate this up. You could take it up even a little bit more. But this particular recipe, I think, is probably one of the more popular ones I use
I love that.
because it's so versatile.
It's going to be really nice pairing with the pork. Pork really lends itself to some of that sweetness and that
People with pork
spiciness.
overcook pork.
Oh, please don't overcook the pork.
You know, you and I are grilling, so it's going to be on us.
It's going to be nice.
You know, and the crew will give us a very hard time if we.
Yeah. Well, don't forget about that carryover heat, guys, because
Oh yeah, always.
yeah, you want to stop a little bit before on the grilling before.
You know, the interesting thing is we use such high temperatures. Our resting times on most of our proteins are longer because we're cooking faster and hotter.
Okay, that was
Oh,
just the
yeah.
juice of one lemon in there, and I think we've got everything. I'm excited.
Unless you want to add some paprika, your favorite.
I do.
There's both of them.
Oh, wow. So I'm thinking the smokiness of the chipotle.
Then go with the Spanish.
I think I'm going with the Spanish.
And I love this color. You know, it gets browner as it sits around, but we use spices so much.
I love
One,
this.
for the show, and then two, I go back to culinary school next week.
Oh, exciting.
I know. I'm going to go, because I was practicing and doing stuff, and I was doing a couple of different cooks for the school, and just to practice, because I don't want to go in cold like I did last semester.
So how are those knife skills?
I think Chef Erkut's going to be maybe a little more forgiving, I'm hoping.
Nice. I'll add a little more acid, I think, just a touch.
I would go there. I would use some rice wine vinegar.
Nice.
Yeah. I think that's
It's a little on the sweet side.
a little on the sweet side.
Throw
But,
in a little rice wine vinegar.
you know, I'd lose my Safe Serve certification if I went back in with this
That's
one,
right,
so.
you would. It is just for us, though. That's wild good. Oh, I beat you to it. Yikes.
No, it's part of the lexicon. No, that's perfect.
Okay.
That's perfect. Nice call.
All right. Well, so maybe together.
I mean, you know,
Well, I mean,
this is creating. This look at this. This is art right
Yeah,
here. All this
beautiful.
stuff is art.
that's gorgeous.
Fantastic. One more to do.
All
Now,
right.
this one, let's use some Korean barbecue sauce.
Okay, got
Give
it.
it a good,
Oh, that looks gorgeous.
yeah. And this is smoky.
Okay.
Woman that when I get my
You got-
infusions. Yeah, this sweet hot. Honey hot is really, I don't like the other ones, but
See,
this one I
honey
don't
is
like.
all the rage, and hot honey is
Stay away from sugar,
Really?
and
honey's great.
honey's better for you. It's
Yeah.
healthier. So let me explain about this. A friend of mine, I go get my infusions from. She's an RN, and she comes from a Korean family. So she's first generation American born. And her mother is an outrageous cook.
Yeah.
And as a result, she's an outrageous cook. And so she told me about this is what she uses. And I'd never messed around with it before. So first thing you do is hot dogs and hamburgers, you know.
Just want to
Yeah.
taste it.
Just pour some out there.
Mhm.
You getting that smoke?
Oh, wow. That's really nice.
Really different, isn't it? I mean, it's not like this barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
So she told me about this, and I did hamburgers and hot dogs first, then I started marinating with other proteins. And I don't know what's in there that makes it marinate so well, but it gets sucked up by the protein. And she said that she's always noticed that they marinate for less time than we do. And I think there's an ingredient in there. I have to research it. That's perfect.
I think so too. This is going to be good. All right. I'm ready. Wow, that's lovely. Yeah.
That's happening.
Yeah, I think
I like
so.
it. I like it.
Wow.
It's got a
I'm
little
excited
kick.
about these.
It's got a little kick.
Yeah.
More than the other ones, but this is really right across the board. That's going to be a great marinade.
I think so.
All right.
And now that these are made, we will marinate the protein in them.
I'm going to trim some meat, but we can throw the marinades on those guys right now,
Right.
and then we'll just hit the steaks at the end with a little bit of glaze and some
We're
salt
going
and
to
pepper.
save a little bit for glazing.
Glazing is important.
Yeah.
And I'll explain the theory behind it, is that some competition barbecue guys and gals, there's two schools: glaze after you smoke and don't glaze after you smoke. You should just get the pure bark. I'm a believer in using the glaze as an enhancer to elevate, get that flavor, that profile right across to them. Let them know what you did. Because, after you cook and after it sits for a while, you're going to lose a little bit of the jazz that it had to it. So glazing just elevates it a little bit. So I'm in that camp, okay? And I much prefer it. But let's just marinate and get her done. There we go.
So today we are making miniature red velvet cupcakes with a cream cheese filling. I wanted a little redemption, so this time I'm going to cheat and use a little bit of red dye. And here we have cocoa powder, our flour, salt, baking powder, and baking soda. Here I have buttermilk, oil, an egg, a little bit of yogurt, and the purpose of the yogurt is to substitute for an egg, because the way that I calculated the recipe out, I was going to end up using half an egg. I didn't want to do that, so I used 2 tablespoons of yogurt to substitute for that half an egg. Now I'm just going to pour a little bit in. Always make sure you scrape down to the bottom because you get those oddball little pockets of flour that'll just sit there. Now we're going to add our red dye. Since you guys missed out on the red dye in the last episode, now you'll see the nice red. And once again, you want to make sure you scrape all the way down to the bottom, because now while the flour's already mixed in, you still want to make sure you have that red all throughout. Alright, so now it's time to make our cream cheese filling for these mini cupcakes. Essentially, it's just a cream cheese frosting, except there's no butter in this one. So you're going to want to put it about medium speed and make sure it gets nice and smooth. Okay, while that is mixing, now I'm going to start filling in these cupcakes. Seems to be nice and smooth. Now it's finally time to fill in these red velvet cupcakes. We're just going to put it right on top, and this way the cupcake will rise around it. Alright, so now we're going to start the smoker. The key to baking in smokers is you have to know your smoker, but first you got to bake in it first. So what we're going to do is, the average rule seems to be about 25 degrees, turn it down. So this recipe bakes at about 375 degrees. I'm going to set the smoker to about 350. You also might want to use either a rack or a sheet pan just to have a little elevation above that firebox. Let's get back to chasing the flames.
Chasing the flames, chasing the flames.
Need custom shirts, polos, or promotional gear? Fast, affordable, and with zero hassles? At Turbo Threads, we offer digital printing and embroidery with low minimums and no setup charges. Whether you're outfitting a team, promoting your business, or just want a standout custom shirt, we've got you covered. Quick turnaround, quality you can trust. Located right here in Rio Rancho, Turbo Threads, your one-stop shop for custom apparel and promo products. Visit turbothreads.com or call 505-999-1234 today, because great-looking gear shouldn't wait.
Let's get back to chasing the flames. Welcome back to Chasing the Flames. We are at my bar, and I am with our other sous chef, Dakota Roller, who's famous for rollersprivatedinners.com. Anyway, we're doing a classic whiskey sour, and I provided a recipe for Dakota for tonight's Stroll magazine event, the extravaganza, without egg white. But we've decided, you know what, let's show you the classic way on how to make a really gourmet whiskey sour. But I guarantee you one thing, this is mise en place right here. He is ready to make a cocktail. Roll, brother, go for it.
We are ready. All right, so we are going to start today with your whiskey of choice, 2 ounces, straight into the shaker. We have our own preference here. And then we've got a 1 ounce lemon and simple syrup mixture that's gonna go in. And then we are gonna do a 1/2 ounce of egg white. You can do it, you don't have to do it. That's gonna go in. And we're gonna do a dry shake, which is with no ice. And that allows for our egg whites to foam properly. Shake aggressively. All right, we are shaking right over the ice. And that egg white just rises to the top. Perfect. Perfect. So, we're gonna garnish this with just a slice of orange. And then we're gonna add a little bitters. So this is your Angostura bitters, and just a couple drops on the top. Just like that. Perfect. We're gonna add a squeeze of lemon, just because this is a sour. That's perfect. And then we are going to add a cherry. These are maraschino cherries, which I can just eat out of the jar, I think. Right in there. And then what we're gonna do, you don't have to do this, I'm gonna do it because it's nice, is we're gonna add just a little bit of orange peel. Give it a nice twist over the top. Get those oils in there. Plop that right in. And that is good to go. Okay, it's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be beautiful. Let's take a shot of that. Gorgeous. Let's drink. Okay, for our next cocktail, we're just gonna do a classic margarita. So how we're gonna do this is in the shaker. You don't have to shake margaritas, I prefer to. The best would probably be doing it in the blender, a nice iced cocktail. However, we're gonna use añejo. So I've got 2 ounces of añejo right into the mix. We're gonna do a little fresh squeeze. Lime juice, some fresh squeeze. And then from there, we've got a lime juice and agave mixture here, about 1/2 and 1/2, straight in. And there's ice in this mix already. And then we're just gonna shake it aggressively. Very aggressively. Done. We're gonna line the rim with our fresh lime juice. And just dip and twist in the salt. And then from there, you can leave the ice in with the cocktail. You can also just filter it out. As soon as I can get this lid off, might have hit that too hard, didn't I? Perfect. Just below the salt rim. And we'll garnish that with a little slice of lime. And then I've got some candied chili powder mango here, and we'll add that to the rim as well. And that is just beautiful. So let's get back to drinking with the flames.
Vegetables. Now, when you're grilling vegetables, you've got tines on your grills, and guess what? Sometimes they fall through. So what I do is I put a little skillet down when I preheat my grill, and what I do is I put the small stuff on there that could easily slip through the tines in the grill, and then you got a man down, one less piece that you need for dinner. And in this case, this is our Stroll Magazine Extravaganza event. And we are cooking. We're going to be grilling here in a second. We're going to be putting the proteins down. And we're going to do some simultaneous grilling, which is not easy to do. Takes practice. Don't be afraid. Give it a shot. All right, now, here we go. There goes some chilies. We don't have to worry about those falling through. We're going to put some grill marks on these guys. We're not going to really cook them all the way through. And the reason is we want a little crunch there. We got rid of the seeds. We got rid of the inside membrane. And it's kind of bitter too. We don't need to worry about these guys falling through. And these are some little baby bell peppers. So this is for our calabacitas on a stick. What do you think of that? First time you're ever going to eat one is when you come to my house and I make it for you. All right, we're going to close the grill now. And what that's going to do, it's going to make some really intense heat in there. And we just wait. And then it'll be wow good. Now what we did here was we used this little skillet, and we got these little tiny zucchinis to get a little color on them. See that color? But that skillet is cast iron. Now, it radiates the heat fairly evenly. So we're going to get a nice little char on this guy. Make sure we get a little darkness in there. We already turned this over, our wonderful green chili. Now we're going to turn these guys over. We're just going to get some grill marks on them. But one of the things that you need to know about grilling is your individual grill has hot spots to it, if you haven't discovered that already. This one is essentially a 7-burner grill. So this throws out a lot of heat. We can get this thing up to 700 degrees if we want to. But what we're doing is we're using those hot spots, those heat elements, the gas elements that are in here, and we've got our peppers right over the top of them. Look at that nice char there. Okay, we're getting just a little grill marking there. That's all we want. We want to leave a little crunch in there, a little bit of that flavor. That's a nice grill mark there. But the idea is we're keeping them centered right over the heat source. Remember that when you're doing vegetables. They'll cook more evenly, they cook faster. You won't dry them out if you use that one heat source. That's the best. Let's get back to chasing the flames. We just cooked some bacon. One of the advantages of being the chef is we get to do this. Fabulous. Now, I got gloves on. Why do I have gloves on? I've got a little abrasion on the top of my hand, and I have a little Band-Aid in there. So we don't want to get all of that stuff on any of our food. So we put gloves on. That's a safe serve suggestion, okay? You all know that my second job as a teenager was learning how to cut meat. So we have some really nice wet-aged ribeyes. This is a prime grade ribeye. Comes from Texas. It's wonderful. And we've got just a little bit too much fat. Now, there's two schools of thought. You know, leave the fat on when you grill it. Well, with this much fat right here, it's going to make a pretty big fire. And we're going to burn, not char. There's a difference. So I'm going to take a little of this fat off. I'm going to leave that fat cat all the way around here. But I'm going to get rid of this bulk because I don't want that rendering down and making a big, huge flame and ruining this lovely piece of meat. So we're just going to go in here and we're going to leave a little bit of the fat. There we go, right there. We're going to take that off. See how much fat was there? But what are we going to do with this? We can't put it on the grill. And there's a lot of flavor and fat, as we all know. So we're going to cook this up just like chicharrones. You know what chicharrones are? It's pork fat, but this is beef fat. We're going to make little chicharrones out of this. Wonderful stuff. Fat. Ooh. What flavor. Fun stuff. My cardiologist tells me I need to cut down. Now, if you also notice, I put a piece of wax paper down and I put a paper towel down. Why did I do that? Well, this is a little juicy. We're still going to marinate it here and just real quick. And we don't want it running all over the place. We got live food everywhere. Now, if you look here, this has got some meat to it. We're going to cut that guy. Look at that. Oh boy, I can already tell this is going to be, wow, good. There we go. Now, these will actually use as tasters for the crew because they've been so good today. They haven't given me a real hard time except for Jay, but that's usual. That's his job. We cut some meat. We're ready to grill now. We're going to put a little glaze over this. On the grill it goes, and it's going to be, wow, good. Culinary. Well, I think before everybody gets here, we ought to have a toast. You gotta stay clean, Steve. Gotta stay clean.
Somebody wants a whiskey sour right here.
Give us the official taste test. Guess what? We're going to plate these up, and we're going to take these wonderful little skewers, and we're going to put them on the plate while the cocktails are being mixed by Dakota. And look at that. Get a nice close-up of that. That color, that's pretty. All right. Let's go feed some people.
Chasing the flames, chasing the flames.
This is the commercial grade triple threat. This is what goes in restaurants. When you're a restaurant owner and you want to get into wood-fired cooking, you got to get a smoker, you got to get a wood-fired grill, then you got to go get a wood-fired oven. 3 huge appliances, 3 penetrations or adjustments to your hood. No, you get all 3 right here. And guess what? 1 penetration. Now, what does it do? Well, we can grill. We can turn this into an oven and do pizza, or we can smoke from here. This is a fantastic device that allows restaurants to get in the wood-fired business very inexpensively and very quickly. Check it out on chasingtheflames.com. The big commercial grade. We call it the triple threat, and it's dynamite. Let's get back to chasing the flames.
Hey, welcome back to Chasing the Flames. This is Stroll's first annual cocktail social. And as you can see behind me, the party is raging on. Everybody's been eating some of that good stuff that we've been making all day long. So this is the trick. The trick is that you go to all that work to make all those really fun little bites of good food. You want to do this. That's celebration cooking. So let's get started. Now, not chasing the flames. Let's start eating what the flames cook. See you again.
My name is Melissa Fry. I'm the owner of Stroll Tanawan and Stroll North Albuquerque Acres. Since George lives in North Albuquerque Acres, he had reached out to me to tell me all about chasing the flames. So he invited me to come out last month.
Oh, I'm Shannon with Verdant Massage and Wellness.
The food is outstanding. I mean, the culture is outstanding. Everything is beautiful. So it's going to be a really great partnership for all of us.
Hi, I'm Marty Seiss. I'm a longtime friend of George and Gail Lovato's. I'm actually their State Farm agent and actually one of the sponsors of Chasing the Flame. But since I've been here about 3 or 4 times and been able to enjoy his cooking, it's been a pretty good experience. George is a phenomenal cook. He wants to teach people how to be able to have that experience, at their own place. It's been a fun time to come and enjoy the food, but also the friendship.
I'm Carlos Sanchez. So I work with 1GM Construction. We actually advertise in the magazine that we're here for the event. Yeah, but it's been amazing, and I'm actually very excited to try these desserts here in a second.
I'm Paul Howell, and this is my wife Joy, and we own Turbo Threads. We met George through Steve with ProView.
George had to take a classic and put it on a stick. Who does that? George.
And it was really good.
Amazing.
1, 2, 3. Let's get back to chasing the flames.
This is the first annual Stroll Magazine Cocktail Social. And what that's about is bringing people together. And this was Melissa, my new buddy. Sean, where's Sean? Where's Sean? Sean, get up here. Jesus, you're so shy. These are my 2 newest best friends, okay? And I've adopted their son. The lawyers haven't notified them yet, but they will soon. But it's about bringing people together when you make food, good food. And that's what we tried to do tonight, except for the cocktails, which Dakota did a wonderful job on. Give them a round of applause there. And give Audra a round of applause. We now call her Audra the Skewer Charity. She knocked it out. I know, you knocked it out of the park today. Great job. So thank you for coming. Stroll, thank you so much for sponsoring this evening and for bringing people together. So welcome and come back again and again. You're welcome back here anytime. So thanks for coming.
Hello, George. It's Jaime. So, how did the celebration go? Was it celebratory?
Yes, they're having a great time. Super time. You can hear them in the background.
Did anyone get poked with a stick? George, they better not have been poked with that stick. Unbelievable. It would be a total disaster. But how was the food on the stick? How were the calabacitas? Were they amazing, George? And how about those cocktails? Did everybody enjoy themselves? They better not have had too much to drink, George. It could be a disaster going home. Oh, unbelievable. I'm concerned. How was the steak? It wasn't too chewy, was it? It wasn't tough on that stick. And how about the pork and the chicken? It better have been delicious, George. No disasters. These are important big shot clients. These are important big shot sponsors. It better have gone well. You got that, George?
Bye.
I'm chasing the flames.
Don't worry, Jay, you'll have plenty to edit in post. I know you love doing that.
Chilies grow across green fields.
After we're done with all this, guys, let's just take some shots. Let's just salud, take some shots.
With a flame, anticipation.
Plenty here to choose from.
It's a little bit of a stock farm.
Yeah. And just dip and twist in the ice.